afternoon, Professor. This is my personal timetable. Uh, this is today's personal timetable. What I have did in previous week and what I'm going to do in this week. Uh, in previous week, research group meeting, that is RF meeting, and I have also attended this. Naginder sir biomedical physics class, and which is uh, this class is offline class, and I have to present there on every Friday. I am attending this class on every Friday, and I have also uh, submitted second assignment of electrolyticals. In that you have gave us a research paper that was on Korean. First we translate and then we have review that paper, and I have submitted today this paper, this assignment, electrocyticals, second assignment, and I have also submitted MMIC second assignment. And in this previous week I have also researched on radiometer for medical sensing application using different noise reference noise source, and also researching on recent radiometer technology. And in this coming week I am going to attend same RF meeting, and on Friday Naginta sir class, biomedical physics class, and big data, and there is a assignment of big data and MMIC, and going to research about the radiometer for medical sensing application using both hot and cold calibration, and of course researching more about new and latest radiometer technology. I have took the four class: MMIC, immunology, biomedical physics, and the last one is of big data. And this is my electrolytical assignment. The paper I said before, this paper was in Korean and translated in English, and then I'm presenting this in this paper title is Electronic and Telecommunication Trends, and the abstract of this paper was electrocycle defines a type of treatment, neural disorders and chronic disorders, precise detection and modulation of electrical signal pattern through peripheral nerve connecting organ and mainstream. And there is in this they had introduced extension of neuromodulation of treatment of chronic disease such as diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis, and obesity and bladder dysfunctions, side effects, and further anatomy of peripheral nerve system treatment and example, and disease technology demands of peripheral nerve interfacing global R&D program. And in this electrocycle is electrical and parasitical. In this electric pulse signal is used for communication with organs, and manipulation of electrical communication of nerves allows you to control the function of organs. And in a human, this is human nerve system. In this nerve system consists of brain, spinal cord, and nerve outside brain and spinal cord. And this human nerve system is divided into two major components: central nerve system and peripheral nerve system. Central consists of brain and spinal cord. Peripheral nerve system, a collection of nerves outside of brain and spinal cord. Main function of division of nerve system is to connect the central nerve system to the rest of the body. I have also made a comparison table of sympathetic, and parasympathetic. In this comparison table, uh, in sympathetic it involves fight and flight response, and in parasympathetic involved maintaining homeostasis and also uh, permits the rest and digest response. In somatic, next point is second point is it prepare a system. System prepares the body for any potential danger, and in this it only aims to bring the body to a state of calm. And somatic has a shorter neuron pathway, hence it is faster response time, and has comparatively longer neuron pathway which has slower response time. In somatic, fourth point includes heartbeat muscles tense up, and parasympathetic, fourth point include reduce heartbeat muscles relaxation, and pupil dilates to let in more light, and pupil contract. Saliva secretion is inhibited. Saliva secretion, digestion increases. In this fight and flight situation is released, and adrenal gland more cyclones is converted to glucose. In parasympathetic, no such terms fight and flight situation is there. Obesity in American adult, it has found that 40% adult is seen as obesity, and high level of comorbidity include cancer, cardiovascular disease, and diabetes. Um, and the abdominal nerve can reduce the food intake and weight, that stimulate the vagus nerves, stimulate and vomiting pathway and cause confusion such as eating food. And vagus nerve stimulation induce response that can regulate metabolism and food digestion, including secretion of insulin, uh, glucagon and gastric acid. And bladder dysfunction refers to problem with it is a problem with urination, and it is has been confirmed that the response of bladder is different depending upon the frequency of aortic nerve stimulation of vagus nerve. And this was my MMIC second assignment. In this, okay, in this I have studied. Oh yes, it was about first chapter of that book, and in the first chapter has a topic review of IPD technology, and it has uh, first in that they had a background and overview of IPD. In this integration of RF active and passive device can reduce the size of system, improve their performance. And next, Jack Gilbey integrated that two resistor and transistor and resistor onto a single chip, and compound semiconductor GAS, and in GAS and INP used for radio frequency system integration. It possesses high electron mobility and good insulation properties at high frequency. And currently most circuit and integrated system can be used GAS for chip. However, GAS technology is relatively expensive. IPD containing passive circuit components such as resistor, inductor, and capacitor are totally integrated and mounted on a semiconducting substrate. Okay, this is the TF-IPD applications. In this, we have a certain frequency ranges from 10 to 80 gigahertz. This scale ranges from 10 to 80 gigahertz frequency, and with the particular frequency, it has a particular device, or you can say application use such a frequency, like mobile phone and mobile global positioning system has it has frequency less than 10, and wireless LAN also has a less than 10 frequency, and in broadcasting it has greater than 10. It has a frequency ranges from 10 to 20 and 20 frequency hertz gigahertz, and 20 to 50 gigahertz has earth observing satellite fixed mobile radio services application, and other than that, automotive radar has 80 to, it has frequency uh, 60 to 80 hertz, and yes. Okay, this is my research work I am doing. In this, I am going to represent my paper, which I have researched uh, for uh, for hot and cold part calibration. And this paper title is Total Power Radiometer for Medical Sensor Application using Match and Mismatch Noise Source. In this, I have mentioned DOI of this paper in Sensor. This paper has been published in Sensor, and it was published in 2017. And the abstract of this paper was what I have studied in this paper, that in this total power radiometer has been used in using non-invasively measure. It measure the temperature of a human body using non-invasive technique, and they had used a microwave radiometer for medical application using match and mismatch registered at a room temperature as hot and cold noise source, and this resistor based noise source allowed the sufficient accuracy for medical application, which is narrow input temperature. And to operate this radiometer, they had uses 3 gigahertz 3 gigahertz frequency, um, which contain antenna collecting the noise power generator, and next, amplify of noise power that converts the noise power to voltage via detector. And in this, we had used a SP3T switch, which is placed between antenna and receiver, and then it process the data using detector output voltage and physical temperature of reference noise source. And in this, it shows a good performance agreement with thermometer in temperature measurement of water that has ranges from 25 degree to 43.1 degree Celsius. And next, they also has two reference noise source, hot and cold, using mismatch resistor at a room temperature. And introduction of this paper was, as you can see here, there is a block diagram of Dick radiometer. In this, separation of front end is has antenna Dick switch and LNA BP boosters and noise reference. And in this they had used a non-invasive thermal measurement of human body using microwave radiometer to measure core body temperature monitoring and thermal imaging of breast cancer. In this radiometer is a traditional technique, and the disadvantage is it is inexpensive. Sorry, its advantages like inexpensive small size front end stage of radiometer and single reference noise source, and its drawback is its one load calibration inaccurate, which is inaccurate, that can assume that noise figure of radio does not change. And next point is input temperature will ranges from 246 Kelvin to 1316 Kelvin in experiment. Performance imbalance among the port in SP3T switch to select the port, and it can also cause an error in temperature prediction. Offset voltage of radiometer output voltage, such error are minimized. And this is the design of radiometer with two reference noise source. As you can see in this block diagram, they had used reference 1 and reference 2. They had used two temperature sensor also, and LNA and BPF pass and detector and DAQ. And I will explain this step by step. This block diagram, this diagram means this radiometer, how they had designed, and so it will be more easy to understand uh, the design of this radiometer. Uh, um, First of all, two reference noise sources there, direct conversion receiver is there, and they had used a total power radiometer which consists of LNA, low noise amplifier, and BPF with band pass filter. And for detector of output voltage generated, V out is proportional to input noise power. To read this data or output voltage, DAQ, that stands for data acquisition board, which process by your personal computer, and two reference noise source used to calibrate the receiver gain, and the work of cold and hot noise source, reference 1 and reference 2. As I said, you can see in this figure also, reference 1 and reference 2 are implemented using the mismatch and match load at a room temperature. And in this we had used a switch called as SP3T. um, there are many kind of switch also, single pole, double pole, and triple pole, and we had used a triple pole, uh, uh, and which select the receiver among two reference noise source and antenna. And AOB stands for analog output board, that generate the switch control signals. And we had used two temperature sensor that measure physical temperature of two reference noise source and the target T, and the component in the receiver and are mount on single aluminum GI. It assumes that physical temperature reference TR is antenna sorry, two reference load is TR, antenna TPA, transmission line is TPL, that is equal. As you can see in this figure also, it lies in same direction and same position. Thank you for this week. What I have done, I have mentioned everything in this presentation, and Thank you.